How real are those videos showing Americans being unable to answer basic questions about geography? They are real, but definitely cherry-picked. Imagine you go out and film 50 folks with those sorts of questions. Anyone who gets 2 right in a row you immediately discard. But you keep the 3 folks who don't know their ass from Djibouti. Edit to add. UBQZS give a much more comprehensive answer below than mine with a bit more nuance about how Americans can have less geographical awareness. They're real, but very edited. The host, asking the questions, will go through dozens of people who give the correct answer before finding someone who gives a laughably wrong one. They then edit the video to only include the few wrong answers and cut out all the correct or unfunny ones. In short, no, they're picking the dumbest people for comedy. Some people also panic under pressure, and maybe some people just want to get on TV. Americans are taught geography in school. I know my school literally made us label blank maps. And I think that's fairly common. All of those people who stand there on camera not knowing where Africa is were taught where Africa was in elementary school, and likely taught what countries were in Africa in high school. They just didn't retain it. The real problem is that that knowledge doesn't tend to be reinforced as much in adulthood. Firstly, because a lot of Americans don't travel much internationally. The US is a big country and enough vacation time to fly internationally is often scarce. So they haven't been to those places, and that's one of the major ways some people learn geography as adults. Secondly, American news tends to be more America-centric. So Americans might hear about unrest in Yemen, but it's not necessarily fully contextualized or given the amount of airtime it deserves. So Yemen remains some faraway place of unknown location. Thirdly, because the US entertainment industry is absolutely massive, Americans consume a lot of media set in the US. So while Hungarians are watching Friends and learning by osmosis that Albany is the capital of New York, Americans are not watching Hungarian media and learning that Hungary borders Slovenia and Slovakia. Lastly, world geography literally does not matter as much in American daily life. The American education system, like most countries, is designed to turn out productive capital-producing citizens, with knowledge for the sake of knowledge being treated as a secondary goal. In most countries, world geography falls into the required to be a productive citizen category, right up there with science and math. But because of America's cultural, economic dominance, fundamentally you can be a perfectly productive American citizen without ever sparing a thought for anything beyond America's borders. So geography and general knowledge of the world around them is almost more of a soft skill that expands your worldview, like literature, rather than something you fundamentally need to know to function as an adult. It's the same reason Americans speak fewer languages than an EU citizen. They literally don't need to. It doesn't come up professionally or personally. Take a video of 100 people answering questions. Select the 5 dumbest people that you talked to. Put the video up. Just as real as ones in any other country would be. You stand for a day and film hundreds of people and then pick the 5 that didn't know the answers to show. As others have said, cherry-picked. But I think it's unfair to think these people are stupid, ignorant. I have a degree. I'm fairly informed politically and decently educated. But if you put a camera in my face and ask me to point out where Azerbaijan was on a map, I probably wouldn't get it right. Just like someone from Azerbaijan probably couldn't point out which state is Kentucky. They're real people. But you have to remember they might interview 50 people on the street and then pick the worst 5 to show you. Let's try it. I'm a college-educated American who went to a private prep high school. I graduated from high school and college with high honors. Ask me 5 questions. I'll answer without looking them up. My honest expectation is I'll do very poorly. They are real, but 1. They only show the bad funny results, not people who do well. 2. A lot of the ones I see are drunk tourists, or at least people not prepared to get tested on geography. 3. People panic in front of the camera. And 4. This isn't just an Americans or stupid thing. I've seen an America dude go to London and basically get the same results. Probably as real as the countless accounts I have read of Euros thinking that one could visit NYC, Florida and CA in the same weekend. Real for sure, but also cherry-picked. There was a guy at my university who did these. They are not real. He would sit out there for hours until he found 2 or 3 stupid people to make a 30-second clip. He would cut out any correct or unfunny answers, target drunk people, and he would just mix and match different questions and answers. For example, he might ask someone to name a big city in Europe and receive the reply, Paris. Then he might say, name a country in Europe, and receive the reply, Germany. He would cut it later to just include the part where he said, name a country in Europe, and the reply, Paris, to make people look stupid. If you look hard enough and have no sense of morality, you can find enough examples of anything to form a semi-coherent, but deeply disingenuous argument for anything. Very real, but as said before, they pick and choose who to show. Combination of cherry-picked people, though there are a lot of dumb Americans. At the same time, I've learned to not dismiss the power of stage fright and anxiety and try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, for everyone coming here thinking Americans are super uneducated, stupid knows no borders. Just like hate, they are walking down your streets, eating in your restaurants, and making decisions in your countries for you, too. You and your country are not special in that way. Sorry to disappoint. This is real for everyone, not just Americans. Being stupid is not inherently an American race trait. Most people everywhere are stupid. And when it comes to geography, that's even kinda justifiable. I can't imagine how knowing where Congo is on the map gonna drastically improve the life of someone living on the other side of the globe. Trust me, a lot of English people have no idea where anything is either. Despite having conquered most countries in the world, personally pride myself on geographical knowledge. It's one of my favorite subjects. I also ate every meal growing up next to a giant world map. That really helped my knowledge and passion. Apart from the editing that people have previously mentioned, they'll also use a less common world map sometimes. Europe could be the most western continent on the map, and that can confuse some persons when countries aren't where they expect them to be. An extra point is that many people being street interviewed do take care and joke around, etc. If this was an important exam in school, those same people would score a higher average. It's more likely that they are cherry-picked, but some are staged. If you ask 100 random people a question, you'll probably get one stupid answer. If you then compile only stupid answers, you get a funny clickbait but not remotely representative video.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.